India, a hub of world shipping because of its strategic location and a long coastline of over 7,500 kilometers, spread in the western and eastern shelves of the mainland and also along the islands. On this stretch of vast coast lie 12 major ports and 200 non-major ports. Out of these 12 major ports, 6 are located on the east coast and 6 on the west coast, which are well connected with rail and road network. Maritime transport is a critical infrastructure for the social and economic development of a country. It influences the pace, structure, and pattern of development. Approximately 95% of India's trade by volume and 70% by value move through maritime transport. These ports are Kolkata, Haldia, Paradip, Visakhapatnam, Ennore, Chennai, and Tuticorin on the east coast, and Cochin, New Mangalore, Mormugao, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust or JNPT, Mumbai, and Kandla on the west coast. Kolkata Haldia. Kolkata Port is the oldest, established in 1870, and the only riverine major port in India. The port was catering to the entire eastern India and 2 landlocked neighboring countries, Nepal and Bhutan. Kolkata Port Trust or KPT has wind dock system, that is Kolkata Dock System or KDS on eastern bank of river Hooghly, and Haldia Dock Complex or HDC started in 1971 on the western bank of the river Hooghly. Both Kolkata Dock System and Haldia Dock Complex of Kolkata Port have been awarded ISO 9001-2000 certification. During 2009-2010, the traffic handled by Kolkata was 13.05 million tons and Haldia 33.25 million tons against the handling capacity of 20.26 million tons and 46.70 million tons respectively. Paradip. The only major seaport in Odisha is Paradip, serving eastern and central part of the country. Paradip Port is one of the major ports of India, serving the eastern and central parts of the country. Its hinterland extends to the states of Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. The port mainly deals with bulk cargo apart from other clean cargoes. There is unprecedented growth in the traffic handled at this port in the last 5 years, and the port has got ambitious expansion program to double its capacity to meet the ever-increasing demand. Visakhapatnam. It is a natural harbour. The handling capacity of the port in 2009-2010 was 62.27 million tons. Visakhapatnam Port handled 65.50 million tons traffic in 2009-2010. The largest size of vessel that can be handled in the inner harbour is 11-metre draft and in the outer harbour 150,000 DWT. Very large crude carriers meant for transshipment of 3 to 4 lakh DWT can be handled at the anchorage. This is the only port having 3 international accreditations like ISO 14001, 2004, EMS, OHSAS 8001 and ISO 9001-2000 QMS. Ennore. Ennore port is situated on the Coromandel coast about 24 kilometers north of Chennai port along coastal line in Tamil Nadu. The Ennore port was originally conceived as a satellite port to the Chennai port, primarily to handle thermal coal to meet the requirement of Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. The Ennore port handled 10.70 million tons traffic in 2009-2010. Chennai. The port at Chennai is an artificial harbour situated on the Coromandel coast in southeast India. The handling capacity of the port in 2009-2010 was 71.32 million tons. The largest size of the vessel that can be received at the port is 175,000 DWT. Tuticorin. Tuticorin port is situated on the eastern coast in Tamil Nadu. It has 2 operating wings, that is, 1A, comprising new major port, and Zone B, representing old anchorage port. The largest size of vessel that can be received at the port is 65,000 DWT with length 245 meter at berth number 8. Handling capacity of the port in 2009-2010 was 22.81 million tons. The total traffic handled by the Tuticorin port during 2009-2010 was 23.79 million tons. Cochin. The maritime gateway to peninsular India, Cochin, is the fastest growing logistics centre emerging into a major international transshipment terminal. All-weather natural port and located strategically close to the busiest international sea routes, Cochin is promoting a major liquid terminal, bulk terminal and maritime industries in its port-based SEZs. The total traffic handled by the Cochin port during 2009-2010 was 17.43 million. The handling capacity of this port in 2009-2010 was 30.37 million tons. The total traffic handled by the Cochin port during 2009-2010 was 17.43 million tons. New Mangalore. The port has a modern all-weather artificial lagoon situated at Panambur, Mangalore in Karnataka on the west coast of India. The handling capacity of this port in 2009-2010 was 44.20 million tons. The total traffic handled by the new Mangalore port during 2009-2010 was 35.53 million tons. Mangalore Port is a modern all-weather port situated at Panambur, Mangalore, Karnataka state in South India on the west coast of India, 170 nautical miles south of Mormugao and 191 nautical miles north of Cochin Port. The Mangalore Harbour project, started in 1962, was completed in May 1974. Mormugao. Mormugao port is one of the country's old ports on the west coast of India. With modern infrastructural facilities and one of the finest natural harbours in the world. The entire output of iron ore from Goa and considerable quantity of iron ore from Bellary Hospet is exported through this port. Maximum exports of iron ore take place through this port. The total handling capacity of this port in 2009-2010 was 28.30 million tons for iron ore and other ores and 5 million tons for coal and coke. Ore ships are loaded in midstream by transshippers. There are 5 such transshippers and 1 floating crane owned and operated by private parties, and their aggregate assessed loading capacity is 11.50 million tons per annum. The total traffic handled by the Mormugao port during 2009-2010 was 48.85 million tons. Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, or JNPT, Nhava Sheva, Navi Mumbai. Ever since its inception on May 26, 1989, JNP has charted India's international trade to a glorious course of success and achievement. Breaking all records and creating new benchmarks, JNP is the biggest container handling port in India, handling around 60% of the country's containerized cargo, crossing throughput. In its coveted role as the hub port of the western coast of India, JNP is ranked 24th among the top 100 container ports in the world. The handling capacity of JN Port as on 31st of March 2009 was 57.96 million tons. Mumbai. The total traffic handled by the Mumbai port during 2009-2010 was 54.54 million tons. Mumbai harbour has been used by ships and boats for centuries. It was used by the Maratha Navy, as well as the British and Portuguese colonial navies. From its establishment, the port has been the gateway to India and was a primary factor in the emergence of Mumbai as the commercial capital of India. The port and the corporation took their present names in the 1990s. Mumbai Port is a natural deep-water multi-purpose port, handling all types of cargo, liquid bulk, dry bulk, break bulk and container. The handling capacity of this port in 2009-2010 was 49.70 million tons, including 6 million tons at anchorage. Kandla. This port is a natural harbour situated on the western coast of Gujarat. The handling capacity in 2009-2010 was 79.52 million tons. The largest size of vessel that can be received at this port is 74,099 WT 6 to 10. Kandla port plays a major role in the country's international trade. Having notched up a string of success, it has emerged as a forerunner and has carved a niche for itself by its steady growth and economy of operations. Including banks and infrastructure funds. To leverage this opportunity and to ensure optimum utilization of the coastline, the Government of India is encouraging more private sector participation in ports development. By establishing a direct link between performance and profitability, privatization motivates private entrepreneurs to improve their return on investment and provides them with an incentive to continuously improve their efficiency. To showcase India's capabilities to the world, Ministry of Shipping and FICCI have launched the first ever international exhibition and conference, India Maritime Show, to be held from the 17th to the 20th of October in Goa. The show will provide tremendous opportunities to all the participating companies to enhance their brand values by displaying their product and services among the delegates and business visitors provided by the show. Excellent business opportunity for marine sector companies for corporate showcasing. 10,000 square meters of specified exhibition area. More than 200 exhibitors from India and overseas. Country pavilions, state pavilions, and sourcing delegations from port authorities.